Yeah, I couldn't tell if like you were banging or if there was pain or what was happening. But I mean, there's no problem with that. I see they're re-airing the interview that Chris Matthews had interviewed Barack Obama on a stage in front of the audience at American University. It's an interesting choice. It's a type of university where you're not really gonna. It's a safe place to have a kind of you know uninformative. It's an interview and it's not really. It's not. I mean, it's not really a serious like interview. It's just like not. It's an opportunity for the. I mean, it's not. They're speaking American University. It's a good safe choice. You won't. But it's a type of school like right. I mean, you're not gonna. You know, no one. You just have a general talk about things. It's like a mainstream talk. It's like the reality, but that's not Obama's fault. It's the questions he's being asked. Um, but I mean, there's a couple. I mean, there's a couple things if you did bang. I mean, first of all, everyone in the media furthers this thing that said, well, people. He even asked how he has the gall to ask him. He said, well, people are concerned, like that the government didn't tell the truth or something. He's referring to this thing about if you like your plan, you can keep it. Like for people who like I want to say something about that. Whether or not what does this guy on the camera have to say? Did the president lie? Did he do this? Did that? Listen to me very carefully. So if whoever's watching the news, sit down, my son, listen. Um, okay, when he was asked is at the time that healthcare was when they were proposing a healthcare program, there was concern that people would be mandated to give up their health insurance, like with their private insurer, like a person like me who wouldn't. I think they were giving me, the people were fearing what is it? It's the first time the government's ever really seriously been moving towards a healthcare program. What does it mean? There was fear that the government would demand everyone, give up the health insurance they're using and come into going. It's a phobia people have, like, of what it means when the government's getting involved in something. And he said, no, if you like your insurance, you can keep it. There's nothing in this plan. He was not asked, and if he was asked, do you have any concern that were there to be affordable health care and new standards for quality care, that many of our private insurers are both so greedy and so sick with their regard to the people to their customers and how they perceive things and their commitment to profit at the expense of human life, that they will behave in ways that are irrational, dropping customers if they don't want to meet the standards, changing the rules on their customers, stopping coverage of medications to up their profits if people were to choose the public option. Do you have any concern that the private health insurers will begin to behave irrationally, greedily, and in ways that would lead to people either having to leave their private insurance or losing it for some reason? Are you concerned about how the private health insurers will react? All right, he might have he wasn't asked that, and I don't know what he would have said if he was, but certainly in private that was probably a concern, that the health insurance companies will start doing things that will cause people to either have to leave their insurer or in certain cases be canceled because their insurer refuses to meet new standards that are like sort of what a humane health insurer would do. That's two different things. He was telling the truth as far as the health plan he was putting in. No, everyone's very afraid here of statism now. It's affordable health insurance. No one's going to force you to do this if you're happy with your insurance. That's true. No one is forcing anyone to do anything. What's happening is that the behavior of the private insurers in reaction to the Affordable Care Act have caused all kinds of problems, some of which even involve people being dropped by their insurer. That's something the private insurers are doing. That's not something that the Affordable Care Act did. And no one and the Affordable Care Act is still something you choose. You're not forced to leave your private insurer. People have either had to leave their private insurer or their private insurer actually canceled their plan. That's what happened. But query is, guy with a show, it's interviewing in front of students, asking him questions that would tend to refer to the notion that he told a lie. It's the kind of media system we have, and what it's done to people's ability to perceive what's actually happening in objective reality.